Estuary, which I actually wrote after kind of falling into a trance while I was kayaking in the Alameda Estuary. It's not good to fall into a trance when you're in the middle of a body of water, by the way. Here you seek solace, gliding in your vessel, sinew pulling skins taut over its cedar skeleton, the quickest blade slicing still water. Spearfishing the silver current, your spine perpendicular to the cloudless sky. With the longest strokes, you surge into the river's mouth. For this, you know, there is no song. Here, you coax the heat of your body into this cool water, and soon after, how the salt crystallizes upon your shoulders. This quiet portent, slick, translucent sea kelp, patient buoys spilling tadpoles from their ruptured pods. Here you came on foot once, when you were a girl, waited, breathing arid wind for days. Trudging through wild grasses and sage, whiptails scurrying about your ankles. You shivered in the cool night air until the glimmering and gleaming of water-catching sun returned light to your lungs. Your hummingbird-winged heart, and still such silence. Stepping upon the salt-lined shore, how the breeze tickled your face and hair. You scattered your father's ashes, dissipated his words. Some say you bathed in your father's ashes. Some say you breathed in his very words. Here, no dragonflies accompany you, only the lean sound of you breaking the water's surface. This one song which only your body could compose. Juno. A wolf spirit has just passed. He roams beneath the dense cover of cedar and pine, onto the pebbled inlet shores. The wolf spirit calls, and fog lifts in the white of dawn. Baby orcas surface in sudden gusts of air, barely breaking the water's skin. The wolf spirit passes, a curl of fragrant smoke. Estuary 2. She was born with fins and fishtail, a quick blade slicing water. She was her father's mermaid child, a river demon, elders said. She mimicked her cetaceous brothers, abalone diving bluest depths. She polished smooth her brothers' masks, inlaid nacre half-moon eyes. She lit oak pyres and bade the wind a whispered requiem. She knew the songs of tidal surge, of death-still moonless nights. She veiled herself in cornflower to soothe the ocean's rage. She learned the language of the loom, mirrored grandmother's oak tree hands. She spooled elk sinew pulled from bone, fleeting bodies, a meditation. She carved spear tip and dagger hilt in winter's shadowy corners. She sharpened blades and fled down river as elders clucked their tongues. She emerged in spring, this tribe of one, hybrid coyote and cool green sea. I've been trying to figure out how do I keep telling all these old stories when I'm just never in the Philippines anymore. So what happens to the stories when I'm here, immersed in, the Pacific, this side of the Pacific. And so, I started to just kind of put myself out there into what we have of the natural world up in Northern California, and just kind of wanted to just see how my Diwata were doing in this part of the world. Medicine song. Windstorm in the throat, burning, hummingbird in the throat, flying, river tide in the throat, howling, eagle in the throat, blessing, birch tree in the lungs, branching, thundercloud in the lungs, singing, buffalo in the lungs, rumbling, she-wolf in the lungs, leaping, voice that is the smoke, weaving, voice that is the fox, laughing, voice that is coyote, thrumming, voice that is the drum, praying. These poems are actually going pretty fast. They're full of these really dense prose poems, and I find myself really out of breath when I'm reading them, so it's nice to be able to kind of work through the book and find, you know, these nice kind of quick lines. But I'm going to end with a poem called Aswang, and I should give you folks a little bit of an explanation about what the term means. Hello? Okay. Okay, so on Aswang, I have a little bit of a note from a Philippine anthropologist named Alicia Magos. She has written that in an effort to spread Catholicism in the Philippines, the early Spanish Catholic clerics maligned the pagan and demonic indigenous women priests by calling them Aswang, who was a god of evil. It was a perfect religious military tool for conquering other cultures. Through time, the term Aswang was invented and its description became more morbid and cruel as generations passed these fabricated stories. The Aswang is now known as a mythical creature who uses her long, thin tongue to suck babies out of their mother's wombs. So that's my bedtime story for you folks. Aswang. I'm the dark-hued bitch, see how wide my maw, my blood-moon eyes, and by daylight see the tangles and knots in my rivers of hair. I am the bad daughter, the freedom fighter, the shaper of death masks. I am the snake, I am the crone, I am the caretaker of these ancient trees. I am the winged tick-tick, 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 tick-tick. I'm close, and from underneath the floorboards, the grunting black pig, cool in the dirt, mushrooms between my toes, I wait. I am the encroaching wilderness, the bowels of these mountains. I am the opposite of your blessed womb. I am your inverted mirror. Guard your unborn children. Burn me with your seed and salt. Upend me, bend my body, cleave me beyond function, blame me. Okay, so that I think is it. I want to thank you all for having me here and thank Nick for inviting us to come and share our poetry.